It was a cold Friday night. The town was quiet, like always. Jay sat alone in the corner booth of an old diner. The yellow lights buzzed softly, and a song from the '80s played low in the background. He dipped a fry in ketchup and took a slow bite. It had been a long day, and he didn't feel like going home. The bell on the door jingled. Jay didn't look up at first, but then he felt something like someone staring at him. He looked across the diner and saw her. She was strange. Not in a bad way, just ... Different. She stood just inside the door, not moving. Her clothes didn't match, like she had picked them from different shops. Her eyes were bright silver, glowing softly, and she looked hungry. Very hungry. Jay waved his hand a little. You okay?" The girl blinked. Then she slowly walked over. She sat down across from him without asking. Her eyes were fixed on his fries. "You want some?" Jay asked, sliding the plate forward. She stared at the fries like they were treasure. Then slowly she picked one up, sniffed it, took a small bite. Her eyes widened. She nodded quickly and grabbed 3 more. Jay smiled. "You really like them?" "Huh." She nodded again, but didn't speak. "What's your name?" he asked. She paused. Her face tensed. Then she whispered, "I not remember." Jay blinked. "You don't remember your name?" "I ran many lights." "Cold then." Here, Jay leaned forward. "Where are you from?" The girl looked up at the night sky outside. "Not here." She wasn't joking. Her skin was too smooth, her eyes too bright. She moved like a cat, silent and fast. Jay felt his heart beat faster. Was she an alien? But she looked scared, not dangerous. He gave her the rest of his fries. "I'm Jay," he said, "and you can stay here for now." Her eyes softened. "Thank you, Jay." Suddenly, the bell on the door rang again. A tall man in a black coat walked in. He didn't order anything. He just looked around. Jay noticed the girl stiffen. She ducked under the table. Jay acted fast. "Hey, can I help you?" he asked the man. The man looked at him, cold and sharp. "I'm looking for someone." Jay swallowed. "Sorry, just me here." The man glanced at the table, then turned and left. Jay looked under the table. "You okay?" The girl nodded. "They found me." Jay's heart raced. "Who are they?" She looked at him, serious and scared. "Bad ones want me back. Must not go. They hurt me." Jay knew this was no dream. Something big had just landed in his life. And it all started with a plate of fries. It was a cold Friday night. The town was quiet, like always. Jay sat alone in the corner booth of an old diner. The yellow lights buzzed softly, and a song from the '80s played low in the background. He dipped a fry in ketchup and took a slow bite. It had been a long day, and he didn't feel like going home. The bell on the door jingled. Jay didn't look up at first, but then he felt something like someone staring at him. He looked across the diner and saw her. She was strange, not in a bad way, just ... different. She stood just inside the door, not moving. Her clothes didn't match, like she had picked them from different shops. Her eyes were bright silver, glowing softly, and she looked hungry. Very hungry. Jay waved his hand a little. You okay?" The girl blinked. Then she slowly walked over. She sat down across from him without asking. Her eyes were fixed on his fries. "You want some?" Jay asked, sliding the plate forward. She stared at the fries like they were treasure. Then slowly she picked one up, sniffed it, took a small bite. Her eyes widened. She nodded quickly and grabbed 3 more. Jay smiled. "You really like them, huh?" She nodded again, but didn't speak. "What's your name?" he asked. She paused. Her face tensed. Then she whispered, "I Not remember. Jay blinked. You don't remember your name? I ran. Many lights. Cold then? Here. Jay leaned forward. Where are you from? The girl looked up at the night sky outside. Not here. She wasn't joking. Her skin was too smooth. Her eyes too bright. She moved like a cat, silent and fast. Jay felt his heart beat faster. Was she an alien? But she looked scared, not dangerous. He gave her the rest of his fries. I'm Jay, he said, and you can stay here for now. Her eyes softened. Thank you, Jay. Suddenly, the bell on the door rang again. A tall man in a black coat walked in. He didn't order anything. He just looked around. Jay noticed the girl stiffen. She ducked under the table. Jay acted fast. Hey, can I help you? He asked the man. The man looked at him, cold and sharp. I'm looking for someone. Jay swallowed. Sorry, just me here. The man glanced at the table, then turned and left. Jay looked under the table. You okay? The girl nodded. They found me. Jay's heart raced. Who are they? She looked at him, serious and scared. Bad ones. Want me back. Must. Not go. They hurt me. Jay knew this was no dream. Something big had just landed in his life, and it all started with a plate of fries. Jay closed the door of his small house slowly, making sure no one was watching. The girl was right behind. Him, quiet like a shadow. It had been only an hour since they met in the diner, but everything already felt strange. She wasn't from here. He knew that now. Her silver eyes, her quiet voice, the way she moved, nothing about her felt normal. He led her to the living room. It was small but warm. Old posters were on the wall, and a soft couch faced the TV. She sat on the edge of the couch, looking around like she didn't understand what anything was. Jay offered her a blanket. She didn't take it at first, just stared at it like it was something dangerous. Then she slowly touched it, then hugged it tightly. Jay sat across from her, trying to think of what to say. You still don't remember your name? He asked. Gently. The girl shook her head. Only pieces. Flashes. Flashes of what? Running? Bright lights. Pain, then cold. Jay felt a chill. Were you? Running from someone? Yes, they hunted me. I escaped, found. Hole in sky. Hole in the sky. She nodded slowly. I fall through. I land here. Jay leaned back. It made no sense. But something inside him believed her. She wasn't. Lying, her voice was too honest. Her fear was real. What are you? He asked quietly. She looked down at her hands. I don't know. The word in your language. My kind. We don't have homes. We are taken, used, locked away. I ran. Jay frowned. Taken by who? She hesitated. Then, in a whisper, other kinds. Not like you. Jay blinked. Other kinds. Did she mean other alien species? You mean other aliens. She nodded once. Why were they chasing you? I can feel things, hear things. I break machines. They wanted to use me. I said no. I ran. Jay noticed something then. A strange glow on her neck. Blue symbols, like tattoos, but moving slowly. They pulsed like soft lights, then faded again. What's that on your skin? She looked at him calmly. It comes when I am scared. Or when I remember. Jay felt something strange in his chest. Fear, yes, but also something else. He felt protective of her. She looked lost, scared, like a child thrown into a world she didn't understand. You can stay here, he said again. I won't let anyone hurt you. Her eyes softened. Why help me? Jay shrugged. Because you looked hungry. Because you didn't hurt me. Because it felt right. She gave a small smile. It was the first time he saw her smile. But outside, in the quiet street, something moved. A black van parked 2 blocks away. 2 men in suits stepped out. They wore dark glasses, even though it was night. One of them held a small device. A red light blinked on it. He looked at his partner and nodded. "She's close," he said. "Signal is fresh. We find her before she bonds." Jay had no idea they were already searching for her. Inside the house, the girl stood suddenly. Her head tilted like she heard something far away. "What is it?" Jay asked. She didn't answer. Her eyes glowed brighter now. She moved to the window slowly, peeking through the curtain. "Trouble is coming," she whispered. Jay followed her look. He saw nothing, but she did. "They want me back," she said. "But I won't go." Jay stepped beside her. "What can I do?" "Don't be afraid," she said. "I protect now." Jay stared at her, surprised. "You protect me," she nodded. "You gave me food. You gave me safe. I will not forget." Jay didn't know what tomorrow would bring, but one thing was clear. This girl, this strange visitor from the stars, had found a reason to fight. The night was quiet, but Jay couldn't sleep. He lay on the couch, staring at the ceiling, while the strange girl rested on a mattress on the floor nearby. She didn't snore. She didn't even move. She slept like a statue, completely still, breathing slow and soft. But Jay couldn't stop thinking. Aliens, secret powers, men in black coats. All of it felt like something from a movie. But this was real. Too real. He sat up and looked over at her. The soft blue lights on her skin were glowing again. He noticed. They looked like patterns, not random lines, almost like writing. Maybe they were her language. Maybe they were a warning. Just then, the lights outside flickered. Jay stood up. He went to the window and peeked outside. His heart jumped. A black van was parked on the street, engine off. 2 men stepped out, dressed in dark suits. One of them held something, a blinking device. It pointed straight toward the house. Jay turned around fast. "Wake up," he whispered. "They're here." The girl opened her eyes immediately. She didn't ask questions. She just stood, calm and ready. "They found me," she said. "What do we do?" Jay asked. "We run." But they were too late. A loud knock hit the door. Bang, bang, bang. "Open up," a deep voice said. "We know she's in there." Jay backed away. The girl stood in front of him, shielding him with her body. "I won't let them take you," Jay whispered. She looked at him with soft eyes. "They don't want me. They want what I carry." Before Jay could ask what that meant, the door burst open. The 2 men entered, holding strange black guns. Their faces were blank, cold. One of them raised the device. The red light on it turned green. "There she is," he said. "You shouldn't have run." The girl stepped forward. Her eyes glowed bright silver. The lights on her skin lit up like fire. "You will not take me," she said, her voice louder than before. The air around her changed. The lights in the room flickered. The walls creaked. Then, boom, the TV exploded behind the agents. Sparks flew everywhere. One of the men shouted, "She's activating. Stun her." They aimed the weapons, but she moved too fast. In one blink, she was in front of them. She touched the weapon. It shattered like glass. Then she turned and threw one man across the room with one hand. T crashed into the wall and didn't get up. Jay stood frozen. "What are you?" She didn't answer. The second man tried to run. She grabbed him by the collar and looked into his eyes. "You work for them?" she asked. He shook his head in fear. I just follow orders." She let him go. "Tell them I am not theirs. I remember now. I was born to fight. The man ran out of the house, slipping on the porch. Jay looked at the broken furniture, the sparks, the man on the floor. Are you okay? The girl turned to him. They will come again. More of them. Stronger ones. Now they know where I am. We need to leave. She nodded. Yes. But not just run. We must find the gate I came through. If it's still open, I can close it. If not what? They will come for your world. Jay felt his stomach twist. Wait, you mean Earth? Yes. You helped me. Now I protect your home. Jay stared at her. Just yesterday, he was a normal teen. Now he was standing beside an alien girl who could break metal with her hands. What's your name? He asked again. Softly, she paused. Then slowly said, I think it was Auri. Jay smiled. Ori, that's a nice name. She looked toward the door. They will send hunters now. They won't stop until I'm gone. Or dead. Jay took a deep breath. Then we won't let them win. She turned to him, surprised. You stay? You helped me. Now I help you. Ori tilted her head, then smiled. You are strange for a human. Jay chuckled. Yeah, I get that a lot. Outside, dark clouds covered the sky. But inside the small house, a new bond had been formed. Between a human boy and a lost alien girl with the power to stop a war. They walked through the forest, far away from town. Jay's backpack bounced on his shoulder as he stepped over fallen branches and rocks. Ori walked ahead, silent and watchful. She didn't seem tired, even after hours of walking. Her eyes scanned everything. She was always alert. They had left the town behind that morning. Jay knew the agents would come back, maybe with more weapons, maybe with others. Ori said it wasn't safe to stay in one place too long. Jay didn't complain. He trusted her now. She had saved his life, but he had questions. They stopped near a small river. Auri knelt and touched the water. Her glowing skin dimmed in the sunlight. Jay sat on a large rock, watching her. Can I ask something? He said. She looked up. Yes. Where are you really from? Auri was quiet for a moment. Then she sat beside him. My people are called Valari, she said. We were once a proud kind. We lived in light, real light, not like your sun. We could shape energy, bend it with our minds. We were peaceful. Jay nodded slowly. But something happened. Auri's face darkened. Yes, others found us. Bigger kinds, stronger armies. They wanted our powers. So they took us. Used. U.S. You mean like slaves? She nodded. Yes. I was born inside a cage. I never saw the sky of my home. I only heard stories. Jay felt a sharp pain in his chest. That's horrible. Ori looked at the river. When I was young, they trained me, taught me to obey, to use my powers for them. But I was different. I asked too many questions, so they locked me away. How did you escape? Broke their machines, she said, her voice stronger now. I used their gate. I didn't know where it led, but it brought me here to your world. Jay stared at her. And now they want you back. Yes. Not because they miss me, she said, her voice cold, but because they're afraid. I carry knowledge, secrets. If others find out, their power ends. Jay looked down at his hands. He felt small compared to her. She had seen so much, lost so much, and yet she was still standing. He looked at her again. Why stay here? Why not run to another planet? Auri turned to him. Because of you. Jay blinked. Me, you shared your food. You showed kindness. No fear. No hate. That is rare. Jay gave a small smile. They were just fries. She shook her head. No, they were hope. Jay didn't know what to say. He looked at the sky, thinking. Ari continued, "Your kind, humans. Many in the galaxy do not know about you. Some think you are weak. Others think you are dangerous. Why? Because you adapt. You fight even when you are small. You feel pain, but you love. You destroy, but you also create." Jay laughed lightly. "We sound confusing." Ori smiled. "Yes, but in war, confusing can be powerful." Jay leaned forward. "So, there. Are more aliens watching Earth?" Ori nodded. "Some are curious. Some plan to take it, but most wait. They don't know if you will rise or fall." Jay felt cold. "And now that you're here, what happens next?" "I don't know," she said, "but I will not let them hurt you, or this world." Jay looked at her glowing marks again. "What are those lights on your skin?" She touched them. "My memories? They appear when I feel strong emotions, or when my powers rise. Each mark is a story, or a warning." Jay reached out, then stopped. "Can I?" She nodded. He touched the glowing line gently. It felt warm, like sunlight. Ori closed her eyes. "You are the first to touch without fear." Jay smiled. "Guess I'm weird like that." Suddenly, a strange sound echoed through the trees, a high-pitched hum. Ori stood up fast. "They're opening another gate." Jay stood too. "Here. Close, maybe a few miles." She looked toward the north. "We have to move," she said. "They're not sending agents this time. They'll send hunters." Jay grabbed his bag. "Then let's go." But Ori turned to him. "Jay, you don't have to come. If you stay, you may be safe." Jay shook his head. "I'm with you, till the end." Ori stared at him, eyes full of light. "Then we fight together," she said. They turned and ran into the woods, leaving the river and the past behind. The war wasn't over. It hadn't even started. Yet, but now. Earth had a protector, and she wasn't running anymore. Jay and Ori moved through the woods quickly. The sun was starting to set, and the sky turned orange and red. Birds flew away from the trees. The air felt heavy, like something big was coming. Iri stopped near a small hill and closed her eyes. Jay looked around nervously. "Are they close?" She nodded. "Yes, I can feel them. They're not human." Jay tightened the straps on his backpack. "What do? We don't run anymore," Ori said. Her voice was calm. "We fight." Jay's heart raced. "You mean we fight them? Like, really fight?" Ori turned to him. "They will not stop. If they find you with me, they will kill you. I won't let that happen." Jay swallowed hard. "Okay, then we fight." Ori placed a hand on his chest. "Stay behind me. If anything happens, you run. Understand?" Jay nodded. He didn't like it, but he knew she was serious. A low hum filled the air. The trees shook slightly. Then, just ahead, a bright blue light opened in midair, a rip in space, like a glowing tear in the sky. From the light, 3 figures stepped out, tall, armored, and not human. Their skin was dark gray. Their eyes burned red. Long weapons were strapped to their arms, and their voices sounded like static mixed with growls. One of them pointed at Ori Valari. "You were warned." Ori stepped forward. "And I don't listen to slavers," the lead hunter growled. "You will come with us, or the human dies." Jay stepped back, heart pounding. He could barely breathe, but Ori didn't move. "She's not going anywhere," Jay said, surprising even himself. The hunter raised a weapon and pointed it at J. Then it happened. Ari's entire body lit up. Her skin glowed with deep blue light. The marks on her arms, neck, and back flared like fire. Her eyes burned bright silver. She stepped in front of Jay and raised her hand. The hunter fired. A blast of red energy shot toward them, but it never touched Jay. Ori caught it with her bare hand. The light wrapped around her fingers like it had no power over her. She crushed it. Jay stared in shock. "You stopped a laser." Ori looked at him over her shoulder. "Told you I would protect." "You?" Then she moved. In seconds, she flew forward like a bolt of lightning. She punched the first hunter in the chest. His armor cracked, and he flew backward into a tree. The second one tried to fire. Ori grabbed his weapon and twisted it. It melted in her hand. She spun and kicked him across the hill. The third one stepped forward with a long blade. He slashed fast and deadly, but Ori moved like she already knew what he'd do. She ducked, slid across the ground, then sent a blast of blue energy from her palm. Boom! The blast hit him like a wave and sent him flying across the clearing. Jay stood frozen. She was like a storm, beautiful and terrifying. All three hunters were down. One tried to crawl away. Ori walked toward him. "You follow orders," she said coldly. "You hunt the weak. No more." The hunter raised a hand. "Please," she raised her hand again. A ball of light formed in her palm, but then she stopped. Jay had stepped beside her. "Ori," he said gently. "Let him go." She looked at him, eyes still glowing. "He would have killed you. I know, but you're not like them." For a moment, she said nothing. Then she lowered her hand. The light faded. The hunter disappeared into the woods. Jay looked at her. "You don't have to be like them. You're better." Ori stared at him. "You always believe in me, even when I don't." Jay smiled. "That's what friends do." She gave a soft laugh, just a little. Suddenly, her body flickered with blue light again as she fell to one knee. Jay ran to her. "What's wrong?" "Too much power," she whispered. "I used too much, too fast." He held her up. "We need to find shelter, somewhere to rest." She looked at him. "There's a place." "A ship I crashed in, not far." Jay helped her stand. "Let's go. We'll figure this out. Together." They moved deeper into the forest as the stars began to shine above them. The battle was over for now, but this was only the beginning. More enemies would come. More secrets would rise. And Jay knew one thing for sure. He was no longer just a normal boy. He was standing beside a warrior from the stars. A protector. Jay followed Ori through the forest as night turned to morning. She moved slower now. Her steps were heavy, her body weak from the fight with the hunters. But she didn't complain. After an hour, they reached a clearing. In the center was a large, broken shape, metal, wires, and strange alien panels half buried in the ground. It looked like it had fallen from the sky. Ori stopped and touched the side of it gently. "My ship," she whispered. "This brought me here." Jay stepped closer. "It crashed." "Yes," she said. "I flew it alone. I didn't know how. I was scared, but I made it through the gate." Jay looked around. The ship was quiet now. Dead. Burnt wires hung from the inside. It didn't look like it could fly again. Ori walked inside slowly. Jay followed her. The inside was small, a single seat, glowing symbols on the walls, and a cracked screen with unreadable text. Ori touched one of the panels, and it lit up. "I can still use the beacon," she said. "Maybe send a message." Jay frowned. "To who?" Ori looked at him. "To my people. I thought you were running from them." She nodded. "I was. But not all of them are bad. Some fight back. Some want freedom like I do." Jay sat on the edge of the doorway. "And if they come?" Ori didn't answer. Suddenly, The air outside shifted. A deep, strange sound echoed across the sky, like a storm, but louder, heavier. Jay ran out of the ship. A glowing crack appeared in the sky. Another gate, but this one was huge. A smooth silver ship floated down. It didn't crash, landed gently, like it was alive. The ship opened, and 3 tall figures stepped out. Not hunters, not agents. These ones wore long robes. Their skin was soft white, their eyes glowing pale blue. One of them stepped forward. "Ori of the Valari," he said. His voice was calm, but strong. "You are found." Ori walked out beside Jay. She stood tall, though her body was still weak. "You are not my master," she said. "You don't control me." "We are not here to control," the figure said. "We are here to protect. You carry something dangerous." Jay stepped in front of her. "She's not dangerous." The figure looked at him. "You are the human." Jay nodded. "Yeah, got a name too. It's Jay." Another figure stepped forward. "The human must forget. He has seen too much." Auri's eyes lit up. "No." The leader spoke again. "Earth is not ready for what you bring. If others learn she is here, more gates will open. More enemies will come. We must take her." Jay grabbed Ari's hand. "She's not leaving." The second figure raised a hand. "We can remove your memory. It is painless." Ori stood in front of Jay. "You will not touch him. You're willing to risk Earth's safety for one human?" The leader asked. Ori looked at Jay, then back at them. "He showed me kindness. He saved me. I will protect him even from you." The leader sighed. "You have bonded with him." "Yes." She said, "I chose him, and he chose me." The sky darkened. A low rumble shook the trees. The figures looked at each other. Finally, the leader spoke. "Then a choice must be made." "What choice?" Jay asked. "You stay," the leader said. "To Ari. But if you stay, you become part of this world. You will no longer be Valar. You will no longer be protected by our kind." Jay's eyes widened. "What does that mean?" "It means," Ori said slowly, "I will be hunted. Always. No more backup. No more. Help. I stay, and I become Earth's to protect." Jay looked at her. "You don't have to do that. You can go with them. Be safe." She shook her head. "Safety is not worth losing you." Jay's heart raced. "Are you sure?" Ori smiled. "Yes, I found my place here. With you." The leader stood silent. Then they turned and walked back. "To their ship, we will not return again," the leader said. "Good luck, Ari, you have made your choice." The gate closed behind them. The ship vanished. The forest was quiet again. Jay looked at her. "You really gave up everything." "For me?" Auri nodded. "Not for you. With you." He smiled, eyes full of emotion. "Then let's face whatever comes, together." She took his hand. Together. Above them, stars began to shine through the fading clouds, but far beyond those stars, dark ships were already moving. Something worse was coming, and Earth's new protector had just taken her first stand. Days passed. The forest grew quiet again. But Jay knew the peace wouldn't last. Ori stayed close, always watching the sky. She didn't sleep much. Her powers still worked, but she was careful with them now. Every time she used them, it took more out of her. Jay could see it in her face. She was getting tired, but she never gave up. Jay helped where he could. He brought supplies, fixed small things on her ship, and even learned how to read a few alien symbols. They worked together like a team. Strange, but strong. One night, as they sat near a fire, Jay asked, "Do you miss your people?" Ari looked up at the stars. "I miss what we could have been." not what they became. Jay nodded. Do you think they'll ever accept Earth? She didn't answer right away. Then she whispered, they won't have a choice. Something is coming. Something worse than the ones who hunted me. Jay frowned. What do you mean? I felt it through the stars. A signal, a warning, a world eater. They call it Krezzen. It destroys planets, drains life, and moves on. Jay's chest tightened. How close is it? Too close. The next morning, the sky changed. Clouds spun in circles. Strange lights blinked in the distance, and then a deep humming sound filled the air. Jay ran outside. Ori was already there, staring at the sky. A massive dark shape was breaking through the clouds. It wasn't a ship, looked like a giant floating city made of metal and shadow. It's here, Ori said quietly. Krezzen has arrived. People in the nearby town saw it too. Phones stopped working. Power lines sparked. The world went silent, watching. Jay clenched his fists. Can we stop it? Ori closed her eyes. Not alone. Just then, her crash ship began to glow. Jay stepped back. What's happening? It remembers, she said. The ship knows I chose this world. It is responding. The ship lit up from within. A tall silver panel rose from the ground. Ori placed her hand on it. I can send one final signal, she said. Not for help, but for warning. If Earth fights, others may join us. Jay nodded. Do it. She closed her eyes. Light flowed from her body into the ship. The signal blasted into the sky, a beam of blue light rising through the clouds. Like a flare, Krezzen saw it. The giant shape in the sky turned. Something moved under its surface, like machines crawling, living. Weapons opened. Lasers began to fire, burning trees, shaking mountains, cutting deep into the earth. Jay grabbed Ari's arm. We have to move. No, she said. This is where we make our stand. Jay looked around. But how? We don't have an army. Ori stepped forward. We don't need one. Just time. She raised her hands. Her whole body exploded with light. The marks on her skin glowed. White now, not blue. The air shimmered around her. Trees bent. The ground shook. Energy flowed from her body into the earth. She created a shield, a glowing dome around the forest, protecting everything inside. The lasers hit the shield and bounced away. The dome held strong, but Jay saw her face. She was in pain. You can't hold it forever. I don't need to, she said. Just long enough for them to answer. Jay looked up, and then the sky cracked again. Not one, not two, but dozens of gates opened. Ships poured through. All kinds, fast and small, large and armored, glowing with color. Aliens from across the galaxy. Some of them were Valari. Others were different species Ori once mentioned in whispers. One by one, they began to fight Krezzen. Beams of light, sound, and energy blasted through the sky. The war had come to Earth, but so had allies. Jay stood beside Ori, holding her up. You did it, he said. They came. She smiled, barely able to stand. Because of you. He shook his head. Because of us. The battle raged all day and all night, and when the sun rose again, Krezzen was gone. The sky was clear. The world had survived. Thanks. To her, weeks later, news called it the Great Sky Event. Most people forgot. Some thought it was a dream. Governments covered it up, but Jay knew the truth. Ori stayed with him, hidden, healing, watching. She was no longer just a lost alien. Girl, she was Earth's protector, and no one, not even the stars, would take that away from her again. The end.